Yo, what's going on YouTube? Charific here, coming at you with part two of the Pokemon review of Mewtwo Strikes Back, the first movie in the Pokemon franchise, and we're still joined with the Mr. Wannabe Reviewer.
Everybody.
And so we're pretty much just going to finish off our analysis. We're going to try not to go as in-depth as last time. So
We
we're
went
just...
really in depth. We really got like halfway to the
Oh
movie.
yeah. But luckily, after the climax, things wrap up pretty nicely. So we're just gonna dive in with phase two. Excuse me. So Mewtwo releases his clones, and then Ash, from the whole climax of the movie, he jumped down the little chute with Pikachu's Pokeball, and he
Wait, we,
finds,
we didn't cover that yet. We didn't cover that yet.
oh, well, Mewtwo starts catching everyone's Pokemon in his special Pokeballs. And, they try all these different methods and ways um, to, they try all these methods to,
Jump in if you're
yeah,
feeling twisted. Okay, so
yeah,
basically where we left off, Mewtwo, says his plan. He's gloating about it. Everyone's like kind of freaked out because like, oh my god, there's this Pokemon and it's talking to us. He challenges them to a battle using his clones. And of course, everybody loses because the clones are stronger. And Mewtwo, after that, he basically says like, taking your Pokemon, yeet, and he starts stealing everyone's Pokemon. And he starts using these like special Pokeballs that even if the Pokemon are in their Pokeballs, it still like steals them. Like I don't know how that works. It's like weird technology, whatever.
yeah,
And
yeah.
from there, yeah, he starts stealing all the Pokemon. They all start being sent to his underground lab, and that includes Pikachu. And of course, Ash is chasing after Pikachu. He ends up in the underground lab. And from there, all the Pokemon start getting cloned, including Pikachu. Team Rocket's there. They kind of meet up with Ash. And I think that's where Charific wanted to start.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. So yes, so Ash finds all the clones. He somehow gets out of the lab. I don't think that's explained, but either way, right when Mewtwo's making his big showdown with his clone army, um, Ash pops up with the originals, and then Mewtwo is like, "Okay, then that's fine. I'll just beat you back by force and prove to you once and for all that my way is the better way." And so they start,
Basically, they start
yes.
fighting. The originals start fighting the clones, and something we forgot to mention. I can't believe we forgot.
Oh yeah, that's
During
right.
all of this, Mew has just been hanging around.
Yes, yes. Mew has just been
Yeah.
off doing its own thing, living life, playing with bubbles and underwater and in fields and whatnot, but it was trailing. I don't know if it picked up on the psychic energy or what, but it did find Mewtwo's lab, and it was just sort of hanging around Team Rocket, um, and it saw the whole spiel about his cloning, and then Mew makes his debut appearance. It shows up and was like, "Oh, what is that thing?" And then Mewtwo, of course, is like, "Oh, Mew, you're here." Oh yeah, I think that's what initiates the whole fight because Mewtwo is like, "I will show you once and for all that I'm superior." And then they start fighting. Pretty cool battle. And then everyone is commenting on how Pokemon fighting in this way is wrong, but I'm not sure what the difference is between Pokemon fist fighting each other and Pokemon breathing fire on each other. I'm not sure what the difference is, but they know what the difference is, and apparently that's where they draw the line.
Yeah, we can
um,
get to that in a little bit. We'll get to that in a
yeah.
little bit.
And so Pikachu is the only one who's not fighting. His clone is like, okay, well, I'm gonna fight because that's what we're supposed to do. Pikachu's not fighting, and then people are commenting on it and whatnot, and then
Meowth wasn't fighting either.
oh yeah, that's right. Meowth wasn't fighting. Yeah, so those are the only two Pokemon that weren't fighting in this whole battle. And then Mewtwo and Mew, they charge up for when I guess like their final move, I guess. And then Ash, saying that this can't go on any longer, runs into the middle of it and he takes the full brunt of it and he's turned to stone, basically dying, probably the saddest thing to happen in the 20th century. So, and then Pikachu sees, and Pikachu is like, "Oh no, Ash!" Pikachu starts crying. It tries to use Thunderbolt to bring him back to life. It doesn't work. Then the other Pokemon start crying, and then their tears magically come to Ash. And if you remember from part one with the prophecy, the tears bring Ash back to life.
Hey,
And
the sticky note paid off.
oh yeah, yeah. So for all you who actually took my advice and put a sticky note up, you remembered. and and so with Ash revived, Mewtwo was like, "Oh, I see the error of my ways. This human risked his life for the Pokemon. I've never seen this before." And then um and then Mewtwo was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go off and travel so that I can learn." I'm so stupid. Phase 3. Phase 3. Ash is revived. Mewtwo learns that people in Pokemon can be friends and work together. So he's like, okay, I'm going to go and learn what you know. But while I will always remember this, maybe this is best if you forgot it. And so he wipes everyone's memory, which also leads pretty well into the anime and how nobody remembers this magical adventure that they had. And then he flies off into the sky with all of his clone Pokemon. And then roll credits. There we go. Oh, and I guess he can also maybe turn back time because he puts
Yeah,
everybody.
how does that work? What the hell? Like, I can understand him maybe like erasing people's memories, because sure, okay, psychic, sure. How does
Yeah.
he turn back time, apparently? That was weird.
Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense. Because it would be one thing to just put them back at the port, but no, it appears as though he put them back like before everything started. Like the storm is even still happening, and Mewtwo just makes the storm stop. So Mewtwo's a time traveler, apparently.
I guess so. Apparently he's like all powerful, like more than we thought,
Yeah.
so.
So, with that in mind, we talked about some of the good things with the movie and then some of the bad things. Um, and so, I guess, I don't know, I guess another thing
Oh,
that kind of,
really
yes,
quickly, I just want to say, uh, that last part, it is pretty cool. It is pretty hype. Two things that I thought were like really weird and out of place though. The song that plays while the Pokemon are fighting each other, it feels
mm,
so weird and out of place and really cheesy. It's this
yeah,
song like "Brother, My Brother," which sounds like a slow ballad, which is like,
yeah,
what? This sounds really out of place. And the other thing that I thought was really funny is that when Ash like breaks out of the lab with all the original Pokemon, and he's like, "I won't let you do this, Mewtwo. I'll challenge you." Like
oh
it
yeah,
sounds so unearned. It sounds so unearned. It's like Ash, you literally got your ass kicked like 2 minutes ago. You're
yeah,
popping back up now, acting like you're gonna be a badass. Like you haven't learned
yeah,
anything. You barely got beat like 2 minutes ago. But besides that,
yeah,
though, I do think that like Pokemon fight each other was interesting. I think I like that part where the Pokemon find each other and then Mewtwo learns his like lesson or whatever. Even though he
yeah,
learns it very quickly, like that part is a little
yeah. That
like
also is feels unearned.
I do like the quote he gives though. Like a lot of people are like, "Wow, that quote's
Mm,
like actually kind of deep for a kids movie."
yeah,
I pulled it up where he says, "I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are."
yes,
It's
that's
like, damn,
true.
that's actually like that's actually pretty deep. Like that's
Yeah,
not bad. I like how they dropped that in there. That was pretty good.
yeah. So that I can also appreciate that because even though it's a kids movie, they're like, hey, leave you with this little nugget of wisdom. So that's pretty nice. I do like that. And I guess going back a little bit to some of the bad, and I understand that it fits within the continuity of I guess the first season of the anime, but Pikachu OHKO's a golem with the Thunderbolt. That's not how that works. And that's my
Oh, that
that's
reminds me. Did you notice that some of the Pokemon have the wrong names?
I don't think I noticed that.
Yes, like when they first, like two that I know is for sure. I
Hmm.
remember people talking about this. For instance, when they first get to the island and
Hmm.
they're meeting the other trainers who brave the storm,
Yeah.
one of them is like
Oh,
this kind of like fat guy that has a Pidgeot, and he said
yeah.
He says that was no problem for my Pidgeotto.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, I did make a note about that. Just didn't see it. And then the other dude who's like at the port, he's like, "Oh, this hurricane is no problem for my Pokemon. They're all water types." Then we get to the island, and then all the Pokemon are released, and he has a freaking Nidoqueen. Like Nidoqueen, even though it's blue, it's not a water type. Like,
Exactly. Oh, and then like there's a point too where Team Rocket, when they're watching all the Pokemon get cloned, like after Mewtwo steals them,
yeah,
they're just naming all the Pokemon on the screen as they pop up.
yeah.
And when Scyther pops up, they say Alakazam.
Oh, oh man. So that's so wonderful. Oh man. So of course, those few inconsistencies there. Um, so I guess I don't know. I guess now we can get to the more our thoughts on it, our big conclusion. So how would you rate this movie? Like, would you say that this is just a good movie based off of your history of reviewing movies? And I don't know, how do you put this?
All right. So to summarize, I guess this is what I would say. Overall, I think that this is a good movie for fans,
Yeah.
especially some of the younger ones, because like it is a flawed movie, right? Like we said, some of the like Mewtwo's plan is kind of like it doesn't really make sense, you know. And there are some inconsistencies with like the anime mistakes, and there are some moments that are like very cheesy that I think a lot of like adults are gonna roll their eyes at.
Yeah.
However, despite all that, you know, I think overall fans, especially kids, and I think it's a pretty good job for like the first Pokemon movie. Like they
Yeah.
probably didn't really know what they were doing because you know they've had the games, they've had the anime, they're trying to move into like a realm of movies. I think they did a pretty good job. You know, they gave us a legendary, they
Hmm.
made the stakes much higher, and they gave us an interesting story that, like we said, at the end, it even has a little bit of a message of like, hey, you know, doesn't matter where you come from, it's like what you choose to do.
Yeah,
So, you know,
basically.
overall, I'd say it's a fine movie. It's not perfect. It
Oh
has
yeah, no, definitely not.
issues that we talked about, a lot of inconsistencies and stuff, but it is a fun movie, and I do think it's a good like first attempt, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And we've and yeah, it basically exactly what you said. It has its problems, but I think overall it's definitely a good movie. And it doesn't have like, I guess even though it's for kids, there's no like over the top, just gross out or gag humor. So it really adds to its whole family friendly aspect to something for both kids and adults to enjoy.
I agree. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I mean, I guess that's one movie in the bag. Just like 20 more left, as long as
Oh my
Wannabe
God. Right.
Reviewer. I mean, hey, as long as you're up for it, I'm up for it. So,
I think it's something like I said. I thought this was really fun to do. I definitely would like to return to cover more of these.
all right. Well, sounds like a deal. So, I guess in the future, you guys should probably look out for some more movie reviews that pop up on my channel. I'm not gonna make a schedule for it because honestly, I have no idea. Like, just with my personal schedule and Wannabe Reviewer's personal schedule, who knows when the next one will come up, but just look forward to it, and I think you'll enjoy it. So, I guess with that, we're going to wrap up this first movie review, and I will see you guys in whatever the heck I do on my channel, and also check out Wannabe Reviewer's channel. Talked about it last part, but same thing in this part. Make spoiler-free reviews and podcasts hopefully every Friday. So I guess with that, I will see you in whatever I do next. Bye. Say bye, wannabe. Oh my goodness. Okay. Goodbye, people.